And welcome back to another video on the rest of the way and to another edition of AEW Rampage Out of 10. And it's a big show today because, as usual with Rampage, it is a stacked hour of wrestling. Lots of big matches on there. Storylines being built up as well. There's a lot going on. And we had a big match to kick things off, which was Ricky Starks and Sean Spears taking on Jay White and Juice Robinson. So let's get straight into it. And a brawl ensued between all four to start things off. Starks battled with Juice Robinson and Sean Spears clashed with Jay. The babyfaces were in control in the initial stages, isolating Robinson from Jay White. Spears unloaded with punches on Robinson after a cheap shot to the back from Jay White. Bullet Club Gold managed to take Spears down. White then tagged in and hit a couple of shots in their corner and took him down with a drop kick on a knee. He got a 2 count shortly after. Spears then hit a suplex and tagged Ricky Starks. The absolute one came in with a flurry of offense and he took down Robinson with a Northern Light suplex. The babyfaces got a 2 on Juice Robinson after a couple of suplexes. Spears then hit the sky high on White for a 2 count. Towards the end, Ricky Starks took out Juice Robinson out of the ring, but Jay White took care of him. The Slitch Shade then hit the Blade Runner on Spears to pick up the win. This was a really good match, really displaying Bullet Club Gold against strong opposition, and a banger match too. So it's good stuff. And after the match, brawl broke up between all three men, and Starks and Spears chased the heel away. So it seems like it's a feud that could continue, and I'm definitely in favour with that. Dustin, Rose and Keithley were then teaming together again against basically jobbers Brady Pierce and Charlie James. Dustin and Brady kicked off the match for their sides. Rhodes had the advantage before tagging in Keith. Charlie James was tagged in and the Limitless one took him down with a shoulder tackle and then clothesline both of his opponents. After a few more bits of offense, Keithley hit the Spirit Bomb to pick up the victory. Post-match, Swerve and the Embassy came out on the ramps and had a standoff with Keithley and Dustin Rhodes. It seems like I think that's heading to a match at Double or Nothing. Good stuff this. I actually like Keithley and Dustin Rose as a team. They do work for me quite well. So hopefully we see more of it in the future. And the feud's still going. And definitely hotting out. So it gets 6 out of 10 from me. Anna Jay then took on Ashley Dee in a match, and both stars squared off in the middle of the ring, and Anna Jay overpowered her. Cody Rose's student, D'Ambrose, retaliated with a shot to the midsection, but Jay targeted her arm and then stretched her with the help of the ring post. Jay choked her on the ropes and put her boot on her opponent's throat. Ashley then looked to make a comeback, but Anna Jay countered her with a neck breaker. She then applied the Queen Slayer submission for the W. Post-match, Judy Hart came out to the ramp and attacked Anna JAS. She then slammed the JS member's head on the floor before the latter retaliated with offense of her own. And it gets 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, good match. Showcase both women here, especially D'Ambrose, and continue to feed afterwards. So did what it needs to do. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn then took on Cameron Stewart, Dante Cansanova and Rising on Rampage. Stewart looked to celebrate with the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn, but got taken down with a lariat by the latter. Gunn hit the famous and the short match ended after Anthony Bowens hit the Arrival and Max Caster followed up with a mic drop. It gets 6 out of 10 from me. It was alright, I suppose, but by this point I was kind of tired, to be honest, of just continual squash matches. Would have liked a bit more here, and especially the Acclaimed. They're just so good that I want to see them on TV doing stuff more regularly. Cash Wheeler and Jay Lethal then faced off in the main event. Lethal escaped from the ring to start the match and embraced Mark Briscoe. He then squared off with Cash in the middle of the ring. Lethal then targeted Wheeler's midsection, but the latter responded with chops. Jay Lethal then hit a couple of body slams and looked to celebrate. However, Cash Wheeler came back with a hip toss. He then hit a clothesline and sent Lethal to the ringside area, and Wheeler continued to have the upper hand as he went to the top rope, but Lethal pushed him down. Lethal then slammed Wheeler on the apron and stomped on the FTR member. Lethal then got a 2, and after hitting a side slam, continued to have momentum in the main event. Lethal then applied the abdominal stretch and had Sonjay Dutt's help for the move. However, Mark Briscoe stopped him. Cash Wheeler then got a 2 count after an inside cradle on Lethal, and the latter looked to have hit an elbow drop from the top rope, but Wheeler had his knees up. Cash Wheeler then came back with some strikes and got a 2 count after a DDT on the middle rope. After a back and forth between the two men, Lethal hit a lethal combination on Wheeler and then went for a lethal injection, but his opponent caught him. Towards the end, Lethal caused a collision between Briscoe and Cash Wheeler and hit a lethal injection to pick up the victory. Post-match, Wheeler and Briscoe argued after a controversial finish to the main event, and I like this. Really good match to start things off, but also the way Lethal is playing off FTR and Mark Briscoe, working really well, tying into the story nicely. Good little beats there, and a really fun match. It gets 7 out of 10 to close off Rampage. Overall this week, Rampage gets 6 out of 10 from me. It wasn't a bad episode of Rampage. Really enjoyed the first and last matches for sure. It was just kind of in the middle, kind of felt like there was lots of squash matches. Would have liked a bit more there. But on the whole, the first and last matches were really, really strong. Just another chaotic hour of wrestling, which is what we love to see on a Friday night. So good stuff. But anyway guys, that's it really. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, no thoughts, comments, not really. Follow, share for daily wrestling news and subscribe to my channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.